is one of the most amazing plazas we have, and I think one of the most amazing in South America. It's actually the biggest one. It's cobblestone. The biggest one in South America. It's called San Francisco, the Plaza de San Francisco, with a church. It's also a convent that is still in use. Yeah, and it's also a big museum with a lot of colonial art, very religious art. During the colonial time, when the Spanish were here, one of their missions were to educate the indigenous people, to Christianize. And one of the ways of that, like doing that education, because was their language barrier, was through art. You know, so a lot of artists and painters and also architects and sculptors came, and there was a lot.
Tell me about the Moors.
The Moors had a great influence over Spain in the 1300s and 1400s.
1300s.
And 1400s. And finally around 1400s.
Where did they have the influence? In Europe or over here?
They had it in Spain.
In Spain,
and
okay.
Tuscany, and Italy, and Sicily. And they tried to get into southern France. And they were very, very important. And then around 1500 they lost their influence. They first expelled the Jews from Spain. The Moors were expelled with them slowly, but they had a control in the beginning of the 1500s. Their architecture was predominant in Spain. And just around the time that they discovered Quito,
the
Ecuador,
early 1500s?
They started a Moorish temple here.
And this was in the early 1500s?
I would assume so. Well, the architecture prevailed from there. In other words, the sculptures and architects remembered the Moorish influence, and then later on it became Gothic.
I'm surprised it's so early, because we know Columbus discovered America in 1492. And here, 8 years later, we're in the early 1500s, and they built this thing.
No, I didn't say they built it in 1500. I said they were influenced in building it later.
Yeah.
The people that built it in the 1550s.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Take a lot of notes?
Yes, I can. I don't know if I'll keep.
Yeah. Excuse me, can you give me?
It's La Compañía Church. This is one of the most beautiful and most spectacular religious church and complex of the whole, of course, of the country, but I think of South America, because it has so much intrinsic work. It's amazing. It is, well, the whole complex, the whole block, was owned by the Jesuits. It was the Jesuits that built this church. They started in 1605, so it was 17th century, and it took them 163 years to finish. So only if you see the facade, it's just an amazing work, all carved in volcanic stone, rock by hand, you know? And there's a lot of symmetry in this school. It's almost all inspired by rock, but there's some geometry.
Puerto muchacho, señora, Ebro mi papita, ¡viva Jesucristo! Ebro mi papita, ¡olé! A todos los muchachos, Ocho
Yes, originally Ecuador was trying to separate from Colombia, and they had a big fight, a big war. So they decided, the Ecuadorian people said that we can't outnumber these people, so we're going to bring in elephants. And they brought in 20 elephants, and the 20 elephants tried to scale the mountains like Hannibal did. But the elephants didn't work. So they said, well, forget about the elephants. We need a more ferocious animal that won't be able to get over the mountains. So they brought 3 lions in. And these 3 lions were able to scale they put them in cages, and they brought them up to the top of the mountains, and they released them, and on the people of Colombia. And as a result, Ecuador declared its independence as a result of the lion attack in 1809. So to this day, the nickname of Ecuador is the country of the lion.
So this is called La Plaza Grande, or the main plaza. No, La Plaza also is called La Plaza de la Independencia, the Independence Plaza, because it is, well, from here the city starts. So this is the very core of the heart. Well, from here they started to spread out. The lion, there it will represent because the lion is not a native species. It represents the Iberic. You know, the Iberic Peninsula represents Spain,